Teaching kids about consent, a crucial conversation for parents and educators. Teaching kids about consent is a vital part of their emotional and social development, yet it is often overlooked or delayed. Consent is the fundamental concept that a person has the right to set boundaries for their body, thoughts, and emotions, and these boundaries should be respected by others. By instilling this understanding in children early, we empower them to navigate relationships with confidence, respect, and safety. Educators and parents play a key role in teaching kids about consent, ensuring that they understand how to respect others' boundaries and assert their own. Why start early? Children are capable of learning about consent much earlier than many people realize. From a young age, they start developing a sense of personal autonomy, learning that they can say yes or no to different things. This presents a perfect opportunity for adults to introduce the concept of consent in age-appropriate ways. Teaching consent early helps normalize conversations about boundaries, which in turn reduces the awkwardness or discomfort that may arise when kids reach adolescence. If children are taught that they have control over their bodies and that they can say no when uncomfortable, they will be more likely to set clear boundaries as they grow older. Furthermore, early education about consent helps protect children from potential abuse or harmful situations. Children who understand consent are better equipped to recognize inappropriate behavior and report it to a trusted adult. This is especially important as they navigate interactions with other children and adults. The language of consent. One of the most important things to teach children about consent is the language that surrounds it. For young kids, this might mean using simple terms like asking for permission or respecting someone's no. The goal is to help them understand that they must ask before touching others, and they should respect the responses they receive, whether it's a yes or a no. This can be practiced through everyday scenarios, such as asking before hugging someone or borrowing a toy. As children get older, the conversation can evolve to include more complex discussions about emotional and physical boundaries, privacy, and the importance of enthusiastic consent. Teaching kids that consent is not just about saying no, but also about having the freedom to say yes in the right circumstances is key. Enthusiastic consent means that both parties actively and willingly agree to an action without pressure or hesitation. Modeling consent in daily life. One of the best ways to teach children about consent is by modeling it in everyday interactions. Adults can set examples by asking for permission before engaging in physical contact. For instance, parents might ask, "Would you like a hug?" rather than assuming their child is comfortable with physical affection. This not only demonstrates respect for the child's boundaries, but also reinforces the concept of consent as a regular part of communication. Adults should also model how to accept a no gracefully. This is an essential part of understanding consent, realizing that it's okay for someone to decline a request. Teaching children that a no should be respected, without pushback or attempts to change the person's mind, encourages respect for others' autonomy. Addressing peer interactions. Kids will often encounter situations where they have to assert or respect boundaries with their peers. Teaching consent helps them navigate these interactions with empathy and understanding. For example, children should know that if a friend does not want to play a certain game or share a toy, their decision should be respected. It's also crucial to teach children how to handle situations where their own boundaries are being crossed. Encourage them to use clear language like "please stop" or "I don't like that," and let them know it's okay to seek help from a trusted adult if someone doesn't respect their boundaries. The role of schools and educators. While parents have an essential role in teaching kids about consent, schools are equally important in reinforcing these lessons. Educators should include consent education in their curriculum, promoting a culture of respect and understanding among students. Discussions about consent can be integrated into various subjects, such as health, social studies, or even during class discussions about friendship and respect. Schools can also create environments where consent is a foundational value. Teachers and staff can model respectful behavior and establish classroom norms that promote asking for permission and respecting others' space and feelings. Conclusion. Teaching kids about consent is not just a one-time conversation, it is an ongoing dialogue that evolves as children grow. By starting early and consistently reinforcing the principles of consent, parents and educators can empower children to respect their own boundaries and those of others. This foundation helps them form healthier relationships, fosters empathy, and ultimately contributes to a safer and more respectful society.